Sweet the whispers in your ear whenever ember wanders near.
Would help if I unmuted when that. It certainly would help if I unmuted my microphone before I started talking. When that. Yeah. Professional streamer, everybody. Professional streamer. Yes, Mossad is silencing me. Okay. So we'll get into this. It's her follow-up to her I Survived Woke 1. I have a feeling I'm either going to be laughing my ass off or dwelling like hell. So let's just dive right in, shall we?
So my last video was about Woke 1, a new phrase coined by leftists and Democrats online that is being used to distance themselves from the terrible PR disaster that was the last few years for the left in America. Nancy Pelosi kneeling in full African garb to honor George Floyd? Why, that was just...
Saint Floyd of the Fentanyl, in his name we pray.
Woke 1. And how, in my opinion, that was not Woke 1, and how Woke 1 actually started in, like, 2012, 2014, with Gamergate, Me Too, you know, Tumblr-era feminism.
Yes! Okay, I'm gonna be pausing a lot for this, I know it. I fucking said this. How often did I say this? That basically all of this shit started in 2014. I've been saying this for 2 goddamn years since I've started streaming, and I said it long before I ever started streaming in the first place. All of this bullshit started in 2014. It has. 2012, you could see maybe there was like a build-up to it, perhaps a little bit of a build-up, but it kicked off in 2014. Abso-fucking-lutely. You say what one began with Obama? No, I don't. I'm going to disagree. I don't think it started in 08 with Obama. It's basically you had sort of like an undercurrent. Okay, what happened is with 2014. 2014 is where you saw the. 2014 is where you saw the extreme polarization. That is what 2014 is. 2014 was basically when, guess who, announced candidacy. Okay, and this is kind of part of it. 2014 is when you-know-who announced his candidacy, and that basically was the match that lit this shitstorm fire that resulted in everybody grotesquely overcorrecting on everything. He announced his candidacy, and then all of a sudden, you saw the left had this massive level of overcorrection in their ideology. You saw the right do a massive, like, yeah, we're all in on this to the extreme, and you saw the beginnings of the extreme polarization throughout the country, and then throughout the world. That's what started it.
The whole pre-Trump era wokeness, before it was even called woke. And I talked about how I don't want them to rewrite history and pretend this all started in like 2020. After uploading that video on Woke 1, I thought I was free. That I would never have to hear the insufferable, delusional term Woke 1 ever again. I thought I could finally move on with my life. Yeah, I thought.
What do you make of those controversial statements?
Yes, I knew she was going to bring this up. Yes. AOC going, Woke 1 was crazy, huh? Fuck me. The woman that goes on social media and is like, I'm going to be preparing to take Ozempic because I don't like the fact that I'm getting chubby, and instead of actually working out, I'm going to just like shoot myself up with Ozempic. Just like all the celebrities.
Statements I'm sure you've seen. I mean, she's... you know, the Thanksgiving dust up, abolished prisons,
That's right. That's right. It's, oh my God, I got that wrong. Sorry, I got that wrong. You're right. She was prepping to freeze her eggs because instead of actually having children, she's just freezing her eggs because I can't have children now. I'm a government I can't have children. I have to like bring the socialist agenda to America, so I'm gonna freeze my eggs. It's like, shut up. Just, oh my God, if you're gonna have a baby, number one, don't, because we don't need more of you running around. But number two, just have a fucking baby normally, for God's sake.
Police.
Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to her electorate.
Yeah, she's moved away from a lot
Right,
of that.
she's moved away from it. Of course, rhetoric in that time is not rhetoric that we would use today. I have a local city councilman that has this saying, woke one was crazy.
Yeah, and the modern day version of it is at least 10 times worse. That's it. Like it's gotten exponentially worse than 2014. Why? Because it was allowed to remain unchecked. It's like because no one actually like put up the barriers when this first dropped. And because people just like, oh yeah, well, you know, it did this. Either they said, oh yeah, I agree with it, or oh, this will blow over. This is like that. They'll burn themselves out, and this all blow over in a few years. No, it didn't. They stopped listening to people that are a hell of a lot smarter than them saying, no, this isn't going to blow over. This is only gaining traction, because they're saying exactly what dumb fucking normies want to hear. The normies that don't have two brain cells to rub together, and all they want is free shit, and they work off their feelings. They don't work off logic and facts or brain power. Yeah, they ate that shit up, and they continue to vote people in because there was not enough pushback on this, saying like, you're full of shit, you're going to destroy everybody. And because people that knew this didn't rise up and give their voices a volume to basically shut these people down, we are at where we are now, which is socialism is legitimately going to take over the country. And if you don't think it's a possibility, you need to take your head out of the fucking sand where you have buried it. This is a reality. Socialism is on the rise. Why? Because there are way more, like by a factor of 100, stupid people versus normal, like logical, critical thinking people in the country. The dumb fucks are outweighing the actual normal people in the United States, in addition to illegal immigrants that, of course, they're going to vote for the people that say, oh yeah, we're going to give illegal immigrants free shit. Bear that in mind. Anybody that thinks, oh, this is never going to happen. Everybody, like, even like, I'm even going to criticize Asmongold here. Asmongold's like, yeah, you know, Asmongold has basically said, oh, this is great that they're making themselves know, and there's no way this shit's going to happen. No, bullshit. Sorry, Asmongold's fucking wrong. It is going to happen. It is. We are outbreeding them. Don't bet on that. You're like, okay, go on the assumption that, okay, yeah, we are, quote unquote, we are outbreeding them. You know what they're doing to compensate? They're importing in droves far faster than the other side can outbreed them. They are actually importing numbers to shore things up. If you do not think that socialism is not on the verge of taking over the country, you're fucking blind. It is a huge movement because they are capitalizing on illegal immigration and stupid people. And I hate to tell you, there's a lot fucking more of them than us. There really is. That's a scary thought, but it's reality.
Now, as an ex-AOC fangirl, I feel like I am well within my rights to say, not so fast, bitch. I watched these people go from anti-establishment, fighting the man, become the most preachy, buck-broken, neutered HR department Karens in real time. I remember when she broke away from the Bernie Sanders campaign after he dared go on Joe Rogan. I watched this all happen, and I held on. I held on for a long time. Many would say too long, in fact. But this clip of AOC talking about woke one really solidified how I've been feeling for the past few years. In this video, I will be responding to AOC trying to walk back woke one in what I can only assume is a desperate attempt to distance herself from the more crazy people in her movement before
No, it's obfuscation. That's I'm going to say it's not trying to distance herself from the quote unquote more crazy people. She loves the crazy people. What she's trying to do is she's trying to obfuscate what is happening and trying to seem like, oh, woke one was nuts. We're better. We're doing it better than woke one is, but she was a part of woke one. Woke one has informed upon the modern version of it. So it's this is not distancing. It's basically jingling of the keys, or to more put a salient point on it, there are 5 lights. That's what AOC is trying to do by saying like woke one is crazy.
Or a future presidential run. Now, while politicians are out here trying to dodge accountability for things that they've said and done, the rest of us are out here figuring out how the fuck we're gonna afford anything. People are getting squeezed from every direction. Rent costs too much, groceries cost too much, everything costs too much. At this point, I'm scared to open my wallet because I know it's gonna be empty. Actually, that's not true. It's full of shit. Just random gift cards from 2011 that I've never used. I don't even know what half this stuff is. But thankfully, I have a product that can help with just that. So before we get into today's video, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, Ridge. Ridge is known for creating premium minimalist wallets that can hold up to 12 cards and conveniently store your cash. They're made with RFID blocking technology, which protects you from wireless identity theft. One of the things I love about their products is they come in so many different designs. Their store features over 30 unique colors and styles. My favorite right now is the titanium purple. I love the sleek design and I love the very subtle purpley color. I think it's gorgeous. Another cool product that works well with the wallet is the Ridge Tracker card. It's like an AirTag in the shape of a credit card. You just put it right in your wallet, and if you ever lose your wallet, you can find its location right from your phone. Plus, it charges wirelessly and can last up to 5 months on a full charge. But Ridge isn't just focused on wallets anymore. They also created a very useful 5-in-1 power bank. It comes with MagSafe wireless charging and even a charging pad for your Apple Watch. Ridge has also created new 24-ounce water bottles. I've got the American traditional design. I love it. It's so cute. It's like little retro tattoos made from double-walled stainless steel. It keeps your drink nice and cold for hours. I'm taking a trip to Italy soon, and I'm definitely going to bring the water bottle and the wireless charger. These will come in handy. I think Ridge's products are great, but don't just take my word on it. Ridge has over 100,000 5-star reviews. And now they even have something extra special. This year, Ridge is hosting a massive sweepstakes, and this time 2 people can win. The winners get to choose from a Lamborghini Huracan Sterrato, a Hennessy Velociraptor, a Ford Bronco, or $100,000 in cash. The giveaway runs until September 8th. There are tons of ways you can enter, but you can also just enter it for free. But if you want to boost your chances, every Ridge purchase gets you additional entries. So head over to ridge.com/shoe to check out their collection and enter the 2026 sweepstakes for free using my link. Big thanks to Ridge for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. And now, back to the video. Now, before we get into the real meat of this, the real juicy, this is the politician AOC and the interviewer are talking about. Francesca Hong is a progressive DSA candidate who recently lost her primary. Francesca Hong has a few...
Yes, and she was also the one where... So, I don't know if she was going to go into it. She lost her run because originally she was winning, and then it came out that, oh, a whole bunch of USB drives that had vote results on it were blank. And so she was winning until it was revealed that these USB drives that were supposed to have voter data on it were completely blank. And then when all that came in, all of a sudden, holy shit, nope, she lost.
Interesting tweets from 2020. Who among us does not? But most notably, one about wanting to cancel Thanksgiving. Cancel Thanksgiving. God. Should have done this in 60.
Deport. Coal ice. Deport. Send her. Last thing's home. Send her back to China. You want to cancel a national holiday for the United States like Thanksgiving that has been around for generations? Bye. Fucking bye. You don't have to stay here. Get the fuck back. Go back to your homeland where they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's literally as simple as that. She doesn't need to be here. Any person that has an issue with Thanksgiving, with Christmas, with the 4th of July, with intrinsically American holidays that aren't fucking hurting anybody, and it shows basically like a pride in your home nation. You have a problem with that? Fucking bye. You can get the fuck out. Go back to the go. You know, there's no reason you need to stay. Every single person that hates America, get the fuck out. Bye. Because now bear in mind, there is a difference between I don't like this aspect of the country. I would like it to change because I want the country to be better than what it is. And I see this as a fault or as a flaw that is not like fundamentally changing the country, but it's like there's a difference between wanting to make a change to make your country better because you see the flaws in it, and versus, okay, there's this thing that's a part of the nation, has been in a part of the nation for literally hundreds of years. Yeah, we should get rid of it because it personally offends me. Yeah, you can leave the fucking country then. That's not, I want to make this slight change because I want to make my country better, i.e., like, stymieing free speech. Yeah, we need to stop stymieing free speech and threatening to arrest people because someone doesn't like what they have to say, and you say, yeah, I don't want that to happen anymore. That's like, I want to make the country better. I want to keep its intrinsic constitutional values. Not, oh, we need to get rid of a holiday that's been a part of the country's like DNA for literally hundreds of years. No, you want to do that? Fuckity bye. Go back to the nation of your people. You don't have to stay here anymore. It's as simple as that, honestly. Deport her. Today.
1921. If it takes a worldwide pandemic for us to realize we should stop celebrating colonialism and the original super spreader event that killed indigenous folks and women, so be it.
Notice what she said. Notice the misandrousness here. The misandry of this. Number one, if it takes a worldwide pandemic for us to realize we should stop celebrating colonialism, that didn't happen. The worldwide pandemic, police separation, you say what you want about that. At no point during that event did the collective consciousness of the U.S. think we should stop, quote unquote, celebrating colonialism. Didn't happen. That's a fucking lie. That is an outright fucking lie that the collective consciousness of the country of the United States thought we should stop celebrating colonialism. Didn't happen. You're a liar, and I'm calling you a liar on a public forum right now. And then, of course, it killed indigenous folks and women. The misandry here. What about men? No mention about any men that may have lost their lives during this quote-unquote super spreader event. So we're not caring about the men that died during this event? Oh, okay. Just checking.
So be it. Please don't gather for the colonizer holiday. Please do wear a mask. I forget that people actually speak like this, and it's not just like some conservative parody of liberals.
One thing that
no, but it is performative. Bear in mind, this is performative. Like saying like the colonizer holiday. She doesn't believe this, by the way. She doesn't. I'm saying it right now. This woman doesn't believe that, like, oh, no, she doesn't. This is performative. She says it because she knows that there's been a movement in dumb people that are like that they'll just jump on any bandwagon in order to basically say, yes, you are important. Most of the retards believe it. There's my point. Thank you. You just exemplified the exact point that I'm making. You literally, I don't know if you realize this. You literally just agreed with me. Most of these dumb retards do believe it. Therefore, she's saying it to get in good with the retards. No, don't. She may be, but she is like at a slightly like higher tier than the average brain-rotted TikTok user. And I don't think she believes it at all. I think she does this performatively because yeah, exactly. She knows it works. She knows there's enough stupid people out there that she can con them so easily by basically saying, oh, be one of us, brother. Be one of us, sister. We will loft you up. We will say that you are a special snowflake. All you have to do is carry the standard and goose step in line with what we think, and we will continue to say you are a wonderful special snowflake. She doesn't actually believe this bullshit. It's all performative. It's all to try and get votes. Remember, she's a politician. Politicians lie. She's saying this to get political capital. That's it. It's literally as simple as that.
They brought up as well was a post from you in 2021 where you said Americans should cancel Thanksgiving, should have done this in 1621. Do you still believe that Thanksgiving should be canceled?
I'm a chef. Bringing folks around the table to share conversation and build community is always a good thing. But Thanksgiving is also a time that's incredibly painful for many people in our communities.
So they want, so according, this is what communists want to do. Erase history. It's painful to who? She's going to be referencing the native Indian people of the country. And, they're, bringing up like the smallpox blankets and shit like that. Guess what? It's history. It's history. Everything that happened back during the time of Thanksgiving, nobody lived, suffered for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I know. And that's where I'm going with. These people want to basically destroy history. Thanksgiving is about history. It's a history and it's a tradition that has been carried on for multiple generations within the United States. And these people want to erase history. They want to say, oh no, we don't want you to know about what happened in the history because then you could use that against us in the future. You might recognize that we are doing what communists did in the past. And if you know about history, you'll recognize that we're still doing the same fucking thing right now, and therefore you know to stop it. That's why they want to get rid of historical traditions. That's why they want to that's why they want to change the history books. That's why they want to change films about history to rewrite it in their own image to try and basically trick people so they don't see, oh, they're doing the same fucking thing back now that they were doing back then, and look how well that played the fuck out. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love the struggle session they're putting these candidates through, reading their old woke 1.0 tweets back at them, like a dog that peed on the carpet. What is this? What is this? But the quotes and replies from like Democrats and leftists on this were even funnier. Is it so hard to just say, no, I do not want to cancel Thanksgiving? Even if you do want to, just lie? Why is she catering so hard to the fringe? Does she want to?
That's not the fringe. She's not. She's catering to the core of the socialists. That's like this user here. Why is she catering so hard to the fringe? It's not. Like, what she's saying is specifically for the core of the DSA, which I will remind you, as much as you want to try and deny it, is growing at a terrifying rate right now.
Does she want to lose her election? Why can't she just lie? This woman is an optics nightmare. Just say no. Say it was a joke. Say it was woke one. Just lie, for fuck's sake.
And again, all of these commenters, they're basically giving up the game. They're spilling the spaghetti out of their pocket. They're taking their mask off in a public forum. Ironically enough, these dumbasses are saying, why not? Why aren't you just lying and keep up the facade so we can gain power and then destroy everything? These fucking idiots are literally doing that. They're going mask off and saying, yes, we want to destroy you. Don't tell everyone we want to destroy you.
Just say no. Just lie, please. No, she shouldn't lie, and she's not trying to cater. This is what she truly believes. And the people should know exactly what she believes. She has talked about her half-white son, that he gives her, quote, proximity to whiteness.
I wasn't always aware of the struggles of other communities of color, because for me, assimilation always kind of took over. And so I did marry, my proximity to whiteness continues, right?
She is yet another poster child for repealing the 19th. Why are women, chat? Why are women? By the way, by the way, this like bullshit about white proximity, you can't be racist to white people. Bearing in mind, the majority of people that say this are women. The vast majority of it, you know, there's going to be a couple of cuck men in there or a couple of gay guys in there that will say it, but the majority of these people that are racist against white people are women. That's just facts. And it's like there's a reason why the opinion of repeal the 19th is gaining traction. Like, I've seen so many people on Twitter lately, they're going like, why are you saying repeal the 19th? This is disgusting. Why do you want to take away people's votes? Like, dude, fucking look around, open your eyes. It's women that are destroying the fabric of the country by literally being racist to white people and saying that men should not be allowed to do anything, that they try to demonize men simply for existing, that they are literally letting criminals out on the street to slaughter innocent people over and over again. Yeah, there's a big fucking reason why repeal the 19th is on the fucking rise. Now, do I legitimately think that people want to take away only women's right to vote? No. Do I think that that there needs to be a retooling of the voting system and remove everybody's right to vote and say, okay, you are only allowed to vote if A, you can pass a basic skills civic test, B, are a net positive contributor to society, and C, okay, I'd probably you have to use the whole fucking alphabet. But the bottom line is I think that you should only be allowed to vote if you can pass a basic skills and civics test and you are a net positive contributor to society. That is everyone. That is men. That is women. That is white people. That is black people. That is Latino people. That is Asian people. That is like, fuck, I don't know, Indian people. That's people from Muslim countries. I don't give a fuck where you come from. Literally every single person in the country. You need to prove that you are a logical, rational thinking person that is not corrupted by extreme ideologies, that you have a functioning brain of a proper high school education, and that you're not a career fucking criminal. That you are contributing in a net positive way to society. That you're not permanently on EB fucking T. And scamming the country of millions or billions of dollars in social assistance, and you're just sponging off and going, I'm just going to live this way because fuck it, the government's going to give me free money. Why should I do a fucking thing? That's how I feel. So yes, repeal the 19th as well as like retool all voting rights en masse throughout the entire United States. Abso-fucking-lutely I do.
My son is biracial. He's half white and half Korean.
I love the hesitation. She's like, I married my child is half white. She can't even like bring herself to say it. Activist.
That means she's racist, by the way. I might not have been clear about this before. Francesca Hong is a racist. She is. She is racist against white people. So that immediately should preclude her from ever being able to run for any public office ever. You're gonna be right. You're gonna be racist to white people. Cool. You don't get to run for office. Fuck you. Bye. Go back to China. Deport.
In the streets, colonized in the sheets. Many such cases. Also, Francesca Hong just
Laura
like
Feldthorn and Fat
hates
Man.
all holidays. Apparently, this woman is straight up Grinch maxing. She's got a hate tweet for every fucking holiday. I swear to God, except for Kwanzaa.
Then fuckity bye. You don't like American holidays? Fuckity bye. Get out. You don't have to stay. Nothing's keeping you here. You're Korean? Go back to Korea. Go ahead.
Of course. Why would she hate Kwanzaa? When asked how her long-term vision of a world without prisons would work, Hong said, "What I know is attainable, and the policies that actually meet the urgency of the moment and understanding the realities of it means we have to ensure that we're funding our local governments, that we're bringing justice to victims." She added, "What may have been aspirational is not primary."
Notice, she didn't answer the question. The question was, how would a world work without prisons? She didn't answer the question. None of them ever can. She is not the only socialist communist that I've seen in interviews where they've been asked this question and they cannot answer it. They never have an answer. When you take any of these communists and sit them down with a reporter that actually knows how to do their fucking job and say, okay, you want to get rid of this. You want to get rid of this. You want to get rid of this. Okay, so how does that world work where this fundamental institution is now gone? One other communist was doing an interview on the news broadcast, and the reporter asked this woman, like, okay, so you want to get rid of prisons, okay? So my daughter, like, using giving a hypothetical here, he asked, okay, so if my daughter gets raped, how do we get justice for her? This communist could not answer. She danced all around the question, never got even anywhere close to being able to answer the question. No, this was a question by the reporter that asked this communist this question and is a hypothetical. And she could not answer. They never can. None of them can ever answer. Every single communist that these news broadcasters bring onto the show, and they ask them the question of tell me how this works. Tell me how you want to get rid of all of these basic fundamental institutions. Cool. So how does this work in your world? How do we deal with crime in your world? How do we deal with food shortages in your world? They never answer. It's all hopes and dreams and empty promises just so they can get into power, so they can destroy the country. That's it. That's what they're not saying. Don't you worry about it. Just put us into power and then we can destroy the country for whom we deem is appropriate. That's it.
What may have been aspirational. So it's still an aspiration. It's still a goal. It's just not the primary one. Interesting. Also, her opponent said this.
People try to call me the establishment. I look at that as a slur, particularly as an African-American candidate.
So,
fuck off. This is why even beyond the socialists, nobody likes Democrats. Oh, you're referred to as an establishment Democrat. Well, I take that as a slur, especially being a black man. Dude, fuck right off. Okay, if you can't handle someone calling you an establishment Democrat, and you say, well, I think it's a slur, you're done. See, an actual intelligent person who was asked that question. Okay, let's play pretend for a moment. I was in that gentleman's position. Okay, I was in that gentleman's position, and someone says to me, "You've been called an establishment Democrat. How do you feel about that?" My response is, I don't care. I'm not here to respond to someone calling names at me. I'm here to try and do what's best for my constituents or my potential constituents, and I'm here to do what's best for my country to make sure that everyone is as prosperous as we can make them, as safe as we can make them, and to continue to have our country be one of the greatest countries on the planet. That's how you respond to someone saying, well, you're called an establishment Democrat. The simple response is, I don't care. They can say whatever they want. Here's why I'm actually running. This is what my actual plan is. This is what my end goal is. When you give in to people calling you names and you actually address it, you've lost. The moment you like say, you're asked a question about, well, someone called you this bad name, and you actually address it instead of simply just going, I don't fucking care. Here's the reality of the situation. Here's the important thing to discuss. If you don't do that, you've lost. Hands down. You're done. You've lost the game. Because you're more concerned about optics than actually doing the fucking job. That should be the number one priority for any candidate is I don't give a shit what people have to say. I'm here to do the fucking job. You can either get with it or get the fuck out of my way. That's a candidate that I would 100% support.
Cancel Thanksgiving or establishment is a racist slur. Your Democratic Party, sir. Anyway, my point is, Francesca Hong's old tweets about defunding the police and whiteness and Thanksgiving, they were being all hand-waved away by AOC as just simply being woke one.
Woke one was crazy.
Woke one was crazy. But if you said woke one was crazy during woke one, you were a racist fascist Nazi.
And you would lose, if you're a streamer, you'd lose your sponsorships. If you were working a job, you'd lose your job because people would brigade your job and say, hey, do you know you're employing a Nazi? Do you know you're employing a racist? Do you know you're employing an Islamophobe? Like, woke one would literally destroy your life. False accusations would be made about you. Nobody would give a shit if they're false or not. They would only basically listen to the internet and go, oh, this person's this person's a pedo, this person's an Islamophobe, this person's this. And then they would go after your job. They would find out where you work. They would dox you, and they would try and they would get you fired. They would cost you relationships. Like, yeah, cancel. Like there's a reason why canceling someone was born in 2014 and beyond, and it worked. And guess what? No matter what you want to say, it's still working to this day. These kinds of cancellations of woke one still happen today. But they'll deny it. They'll deny it happens. But it 100% does. And it's up to people like me and others to remind everybody, yeah, this shit still happens. People will still literally destroy your life, destroy your job, destroy your job prospects, destroy your family, destroy your relationships, simply because you disagree with their opinion. That still happens. It is still there, and if you don't think it is, here's a wake-up call.
The citation of woke 1.0 or woke 1 is now a common shorthand among parts of the online left to describe and distance themselves from what they view as a more dated or inconvenient aspects of the impassioned social justice activism they participated in during the late 2010s and early 2020s.
And again, not distance themselves, obfuscate the fact that it's still there. Try and pretend that, oh, that was different, we're better now, when it's simply just an evolution. Kind of like how SJW, back in like the early 2000s, has now evolved to being the SJRs. It's all evolution. Woke 1 evolved into modern day, SJW evolved into SJR. It's just science.
In 2021, Chai Osi, campaigning for New York City Council, tweeted, "A cis white man should not be the next speaker of the council." When a critic of his on X unearthed that old post earlier this year, Osi, now a council member, gave a pithy response. Woke 1 was crazy. We all got a bit crazy back then. We did some jello shots.
We all go. Holy fuck. They're literally, oh my God, Norman Bates is their spirit animal. I just realized all of these like communist psychos literally are using Norman Bates as their personality ideologue. No, don't tell me I'm gonna have to educate you. Norman Bates. Please don't tell me that you are unaware of Norman Bates. From the movie Psycho. The famous line, "We all go a little bit mad sometimes." Oh God. Okay, quick TLDR. There was Alfred Hitchcock did a movie back in the, was it 30s or 40s? I'm going to get the date wrong in this, I know. It's like 30s or 40s, I think. Hitchcock did a movie called Psycho. It was about Norman Bates, who was the owner of the Bates Motel. And basically, he was like, basically, it was the 60s. Okay, I knew I would get that wrong. He was basically a quintessential mama's boy, except the only problem is mama was dead. So he was basically like psycho and hearing his mother when his mother wasn't actually there. And he would actually dress up like his mother because he's a psycho, and he would end up killing people, like dressing up as his mother, and he would kill people. And one of the lines is he would say, as my mother, I'm paraphrasing here, but, he would say like, Mom always says, we all go a bit mad sometimes. Yeah, that whole like woke one was crazy. That's literally Norman Bates going, we all go a bit mad sometimes. They're literally using Norman Bates as their like personal like idol in this. They're literally doing a Batesism here. What the fuck are we doing?
And got on the bar and took off our tops and burned the city down and got people fired from their jobs for having opinions Obama had 15 years ago. You can't spend like 10 years
I was born 2003.
Educate yourself. Like, obviously, I was not alive when that movie came out, but I'm very well aware of the movies.
People into the most retarded asocial political opinions under the coercion of social ostracization or getting fired from their job, then turn around and just be like, that just happened. My career for like a decade has been calling this out, has been trying to tell the left and the Democratic Party that this woke shit was toxic and would drive people away from them. And for 10 years I was called a racist, sexist, pick-me, fascist, Nazi, every ist and ism under the sun.
What's so funny, I just find this hilarious. I say the same things that Shu does. I've been saying it for the last 2 fucking years since I've been streaming. I say the exact same things. No one's tried to do that to me. No one has come after me like they've come after Shu, like they've come after Kirsche, like they've come after Powder, like they've come after Rez. You know why? You know why they don't come after me? Because they know I'll take one look at them and go, I don't fucking care. I don't.
And now they're just conceding to that and acting like it never happened. And you just expect us to, what, move on? I've been like a dog chasing a car, and I finally got the car, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, first of all, why as a Democratic...
That's like... Oh my god! We are getting all the fucking movie references right now. We've got the communist paraphrasing Norman Bates by saying we all go a little mad sometimes. We now had Shu fucking paraphrasing the goddamn Joker. Like literally what she just said. I'm the dog chasing the car, and now that I got the car, I don't know what to do with it. She's literally paraphrasing the Joker. Oh my god! I love every moment. I love every bit of this. I love literally every bit of this. And Ryan, thank you for the prime. Thank you very much.
And I finally got the car, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, first of all, why as a Democratic politician would you say this? You're basically saying like, yeah, MAGA was right. We were crazy. Like, okay. What else are they right about then? Even from like an AOC fan point of view, this just makes her look completely unserious and makes like the progressive movement look completely unserious, which it is. Why should anyone trust a politician who can get swept up in mass hysteria so easily? How can I trust that won't happen again? How can I trust in 5 years from now, you won't just call whatever it is you're advocating for now woke too and dismiss it as crazy?
Exactly.
Free Palestine. Woke 2 was crazy. Like, what do you believe in? Could you imagine Republicans?
They don't. That's the ever-loving point. You just said, like, well, what do you believe in? They don't. That's the point that people have been trying to make for a little while now, is that basically these socialists and these communists don't actually believe in anything. They have no value system. They value nothing. So how can you trust them to do literally anything if they don't actually believe in anything? And they haven't for a long time. That's what a lot of people, myself included, are pointing out. is every single one of these people, you can see it in their interviews when they can't answer a simple fucking question. All of these socialists, all of these communists, that when they're pressed on their policies and they say, okay, so how does this work in this world that you want to design? And they can't answer it. Why? Because they don't have a value system. They don't actually believe in anything. And when you don't believe in anything and you don't have a value system in anything, you cannot create anything. It's all just these whimsical, mist-like hopes and dreams that you're hoping the universe will provide you the means to facilitate them with absolutely zero plan on how to bring them to fruition.
Being like, January 6th one was crazy. Basically, I said this all on Twitter, and people were like already making videos of it. AOC panics after shoe on head calls her. Like, that didn't even happen. Like, I don't think AOC even knows I exist. I love the thumbnail on this one.
That AOC actually does. AOC strikes me as someone who tries to keep up with like social media. And it's not just like YouTube videos, but on Twitter too, people say these kinds of things. I bet you AOC does know about Shoe, which is fucking hilarious in my opinion.
Shoe bitch slaps AOC. Who the fuck is this? Is that Shoe bitch? Ah yes, the infamous notorious Shoe bitch. Going around slapping women. Every time I log onto YouTube, I'm destroying and slapping and finishing on people. If you didn't know who I was,
Racing!
you would think I was some like psychopathic rapist. And then you click on the video and it's just like, I posted a tweet. Anyway, back to the point. When a citizen changes their mind on something, that's totally normal, that's totally natural. Many things can happen in the span of years that can change your mind on something. It's perfectly normal to evolve and grow. And it's fine if you're a politician and you change your mind on something, but, and this is a big but, this is a fat ass. If you're a politician and you change your mind on something, I want to know exactly why you changed your mind. When?
My title for the thumbnails to be Shoe finishes on Dems. I'm writing that down. I'm writing that down. I am writing that down. That may make it, that may be the thumbnail. It might.
You changed your mind. Be transparent. What about woke 1, really woke 2 in my opinion, don't you agree with anymore? Why didn't the interviewer ask AOC that question? Like, what was crazy about woke 1? Trans women are women, DEI, white privilege, defund the police, the Green New Deal, like what? What? Tell us. What? Tell the class. I've talked about this a few times in a few videos, but one example of me changing my mind, I was way more critical of the police back in like 2020, like borderline ACAB. I was also single, depressed, living in my parents' basement, smoking weed every day, but I'm sure that had nothing to do with it. I can tell you that moving from the suburbs to the city, taking public transportation, having a kid, seeing firsthand how bad things are and how bad things can get, actually experiencing the world outside of my bubble is what changed my mind on that topic and a whole bunch of other topics. So I want to know, AOC and other politicians, what about woke 1 do you disagree with now? What's sad is if this was like 5 years ago, I'd be like, hell yeah, AOC has finally seen the light. Woke is bad, so true. Now we can get real things done, comrade. But it's not 5 years ago. I'm a grown-up now, and this is extremely pathetic. As a politician, you need to be transparent. I'm gonna bird hands at you. Be transparent. The people who act like we need to be apologizing for shit our ancestors did 400 years ago, acting like 2020 never happened. I'm not buying it, sorry. These issues were f***ing, like, existential to these people a few years ago, and I was just like, no big deal. It was just a phase, Mom. I'm just a silly 30-year-old teenage politician. My concern isn't really that Democrats are admitting this stuff was wrong and deeply unpopular. My concern is I don't see anything preventing from that happening again. There's
more so that is them saying, oh, this was wrong, and them then turning around and doing even worse. That's the problem that I have. These socialists and these communists that go, oh, that was crazy and that was so wrong. But yet they've actually taken it to the next level now. So they've actually evolved, they basically moved it into its next stage of evolution. And yeah, without saying that the original version was wrong. That's the problem that I have.
Literally some assemblywoman in Brooklyn right now running on some woke one-ass shit as we speak, talking about how stealing should be legal, actually. No one should be arrested, much less jailed, for stealing a tube of toothpaste. Incarceration separates people from their jobs, support service, and loved ones. It perpetuates a cycle of poverty and crime, no matter how much fear-mongering the right-wing media.
Yeah. Oh my god, this idiot. Like, this is someone that basically just doesn't want people to go to jail. This is someone that is like someone running for council person, like based strictly on feelings. Like, no. Like, again, she is the poster child for why the movement of repeal the 19th is gaining such traction, is because of people like this. Because women are saying, we don't want criminals to be punished at all. We should just let them back out onto the streets so they can continue to do crime, elevate their crime, and start slaughtering people. This is why people are saying repeal the 19th. These are the same people that try to decriminalize shoplifting. Well, that's exactly what she's saying. That is precisely what she's saying, is do not decriminalize shoplifting. And as a reminder, chat, for those that aren't familiar with my philosophy on this, when you allow the petty crimes to go completely unpunished, do you know what happens? The criminals go, oh, nothing's going to happen to me. I can keep doing this again. Maybe I can keep pushing it a little bit further next time. Oh, nothing bad happened to me. Well, I'll keep pushing it a little bit further next time. Oh, nothing bad happened to me. And you see where the cycle continues to until we're actually starting to destroy lives in a myriad of ways, either by doing arson, by dealing drugs, by killing people, by robbing people. That's what happens when you do not punish crimes. You are teaching the criminals, I can keep doing this because I will receive no punishment because of it. People like this should never be allowed to hold office. People that think like this, honestly, I'm on that razor's edge of saying that people that think this way should probably spend some time in jail. Because they're literally advocating for criminal activities. And if you're going to advocate for criminal activity like this, I think you need to spend some time in jail. Honestly.
It does. These people aren't stealing toothpaste because they have to brush their teeth. These people are stealing things in bulk to sell on Facebook Marketplace. We have food banks, food stamps, charity for poor people.
Jailed for thought crimes. No, it's not necessarily jailed for thought crimes. This is not. I know where you're going with this. It's not exactly jailed for thought crimes. It's when you have someone advocating for a position of political authority, and they are saying, as this political authority, I am going to make crime legal. That's a problem. We are now going beyond thought crimes, and we are going to basically someone that has vocalized that they are fully intending to subvert the criminal justice system and side with the criminals. Simply just saying, as a civilian, saying, I don't think someone should be jailed for stealing a tube of toothpaste. Yeah, okay, you were confused when I said people. Okay, yes, no, I should have probably been a little bit more specific. If an average person says, I don't think someone should be jailed for stealing a tube of toothpaste, you can basically go, okay, I see where you're coming from, or you could say, okay, you're an idiot, but that's it. When you're talking about someone who is running for a political office that would be responsible for facilitating legal action or punishment against criminals, and saying that you, as said politician, with the political and legal authority to do so, will decriminalize crime and allow for criminals to commit crimes with no punishment, Yeah, that's now subverting the legal system. That's now subverting the American political system. That's now saying that you are intending to harm Americans in the area in which you are going to be the politician, allowing for these criminal activities to take place freely. Now you're on, I'm like I said, I'm at that razor's edge of saying you should spend time in jail.
On Facebook Marketplace, we have food banks, food stamps, charity for poor people who can't actually afford toothpaste. If I could go back in time and tell myself one thing, it would be criminals are not Aladdin. Criminals are not Aladdin.
Yeah.
Criminals are not Aladdin! And it would make everyone's lives incredibly easier if there was actually some deterrent against crime. Yes. Otherwise, what's the point? Why should anyone go to work and spend their hard-earned money when we can just steal? Crime is legal now. Laws. Drunk driving is not illegal on stolen land. I don't think they understand just how incomprehensible some of their worldview actually is.
So if my daughter is assaulted.
This is it. This is it. This is the exact thing that I was talking about earlier. This interview, this is it. Just listen.
Comprehensible. Some of their worldview actually is.
So if my daughter is assaulted and raped, is there any agency that would seek to find her assailant and bring him to justice?
Of course, yeah, of course.
What would it be if not police, and where would he be if not a jail?
So I guess I really want to avoid getting kind of caught into these hypotheticals and talk more about the reality that we're actually facing right now.
Refuses to. This is what I was talking about. This is the exact interview that I was talking about earlier. She refuses to answer the question. If you're gonna get rid of the police, if you're gonna get rid of prisons, then how is my daughter's hypothetical assaulter going to be brought to justice? Her answer, well, I don't want to deal in hypotheticals. She can't answer the fucking question. Which, by the way, as a matter of course, and does she even talk about the realities right now? No, of course not. Because the realities right now would basically punch a hole through her entire ideology and sink it like the Titanic. See, here's the thing. If you want to say we want to retool policing and we want to retool the prison system to basically make it better, okay? Just again, this is just like, I'm not saying that needs to be done. I'm just saying, like, if this person had said something along those lines. Any idea, if you are planning to implement it on a widespread scale, do you know what is utilized in order to fine-tune any new process that you are about to publicly implement, either in public policy, in corporate policy, or anything? Do you know what specific tool is used to actually facilitate this fine-tuning and to make it happen? Hypotheticals! Literally, hypotheticals is the exact methodology that is used to create policy, that is used to create laws, that is used to create new guidelines for literally fucking everything. You use hypotheticals to figure shit out. So by her saying, I don't want to deal in hypotheticals, guess what that means? It means that there's no plan and going strictly on fifis, and trust me, bro, the universe will provide.
Which is that we're spending in absolutely outrageous amounts of money on police and policing.
What hypothetical? That's the entire idea. That's the entire policy, and you can't explain it? Abolish prisons. Where do the bad people go?
I don't know.
Like, yeah, okay. In a functioning society, people like that would be forced to dig ditches in a work camp forever. Useless. Yes. Sorry, I'm chutting out so hard.
No, I mean, I know Sue's joking a little bit there where she says, sorry, I'm trotting out, sorry. But she was actually right. Women like that, she should be basically spend the rest of her life digging up turnips with her hands. Like Asmongold said it before. Like, women like her would have been better off never knowing that the internet exists and would have been perfectly happy digging up vegetables with her hands in some far-off nation that never knew about modern, modern conveniences. That's where a woman like her would be happy. Never knowing modern conveniences, never knowing modern technology, and just literally spent the rest of her life from the age of adulthood just digging up turnips with her bare hands or digging up potatoes. Yeah. That, like, a person like that is not capable of, it offers absolutely no benefit to modern society other than being basically some kind of like a field worker. That's the only benefit that she has, is being basically a field worker.
In this video, I'm in my luteal phase. I have a fucking pimple. I have a pimple. For the first time in like 15 years, I'm stressing out so hard. What the f?
Oh my god.
Anyway, despite the Republicans completely dropping the ball right before midterms, surprise! War in the Middle East forever! The sudden walk back about woke one clearly shows the Democrats are still struggling with PR. If only there was some sort of left-wing Joe Rogan.
People think I'm the king of woke 1.0, that I was Mr. Radlib, right? I never was. I have a...
Okay, chat, we need to pay attention here. Depending on what Shu says, we may see a sudden significant change in something that Hassan does. So let us pay attention to what Shu says here.
Pretty open mind to unlimited progress, but I also understand how people operate. Like I never did the Latinx thing. Like I have been dark woke before dark woke was invented. Like this is the headquarters of dark woke.
Not the dude who called me emo, calling himself dark woke. What the actual f is dark woke?
What is dark woke? Dark woke is just, Democrats are just as...
Dark woke is basically the dumbass fucking gothic pretenders of the Democratic Party. That's what dark woke is. Dark woke is the stupid ass fucking emo kids that you used to see back in high school going, life is pain, man. Everything, nothing but pain. I live in pain. Life has no meaning. That is literally, dark woke is the emo Democrats. That's it. Full stop. You don't need to know anything else beyond they are basically the emo Democrats.
As woke as we were in woke 1.0. The messaging is what's important. It is aggressive.
The entire idea of dark woke seems to be that regular woke was too polite and too wholesome.
Dark woke for me is we are fighting for good and for equality and for social justice for everybody, but we don't mind saying F you.
Dark woke.
No, you're not fighting for equality. You're fighting for supremacy. Get it fucking right. Anytime they say, oh, we're fighting for equality. No, you're not. You're fighting for supremacy. We know it. You know it. Everybody fucking knows it. Stop pretending. We see through it.
Get it? It's like woke, but we're mean. You already are mean! That's why people hated you! You were finger-wagging, morally righteous woke scolds. The problem was never that the left was insufficiently mean online. God forbid someone say the wrong word, liked the wrong tweet, or failed to participate in the latest virtue signal humiliation ritual. And I'm sorry, can we just go back to that Hassan clip real quick?
I have a pretty open mind to unlimited progress.
What the f*** does unlimited progress mean?
Simple. Unlimited power. That's what it means. Hassan saying unlimited progress is literally just code for I want unlimited power. That's it. It's I don't need to extrapolate any further. That is literally what it is. Hassan just wants unlimited power. Hassan still thinks that he's the kingmaker. Okay, that's why we're seeing him, why he's been like basically going so hard and promoting Al Said, is because he still believes that he is some kind of a democratic kingmaker. He desperately wants to be the democratic kingmaker. Why? Because if he's not, he's a laughingstock. He's the guy that abuses his dog and shocks his dog on stream. He will forever always be the guy that abused and shocked his dog on stream. He will forever always be the guy that says Americans deserve 9/11. He will ever and for always be the guy that said, oh, if you want free Medicare, you need to kill this government official. He will always be the one who said that capitalists should be slaughtered in the streets and the streets should run red with their blood. He will always and forever be that guy and a boatload fucking more that I don't have time to get into on this. But he's desperate to become the Democratic kingmaker to try and have that overshadow all the other stuff that we all know him to be.
Considering these guys think progress is like a literal linear line where just more and more people get rights. So like what the f does that mean? Pedophile rights, zoophile rights? What unlimited progress are we talking about here, buddy? Because that sounds pretty woke to me. We did so much progress to the gender discussion. We somehow looped back around to little boys liking pink means they're gay. But wokely, no son of mine is gonna play with Barbies. That must mean he's a girl. You people are lost in the sauce.
Mandami's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over and impoverish the white middle class.
Beast mode. I love her so much. What is
So she and he are both traitors to the nation. Simple. Yeah. Like right there, Hassan basically has said that he is an enemy of the United States. Him and the other person that Bill Maher was just quoting in that clip, they are enemies of the United States. They are foreign enemies of the United States. Lock him up. Put him in the box.
One of the things about Zoran is that the people surrounding him oftentimes are so much cooler than he is.
Okay, Shu may be about to say this. I think it's so funny that that Hassan is always saying like Zoran, like him and Kamdami are like best buddies. Yeah, you know he is still butthurt. He is 100% still butthurt that when he went to Kamdami's inaugurational party, they went, sorry, you're not on the list. He is still butthurt about that. But he's trying to hide it by basically calling Kamdami by his first name every time he references him. It's so honestly pathetic.
I like how in the video where he defends himself from people criticizing that clip, he's like, guys, come on, it was just a joke, guys, come on. In the description of that video, he's like, anti-white racism, which doesn't exist. Definitely not woke one. All right, buddy. Sorry. It's so hard not to just make the entire video clowning on that goofball. Like, bro was in a suit at a pool party. The man is a cartoon character. I don't want to make videos about Hassan Piker, but you can't fucking escape him nowadays because the media won't shut the fuck up about him. Fox News is just hyper-focusing on him every single day to go after the Democrats because I guess they have nothing else. And then the response to all the Hassan stuff coming out on the right, coming out on Fox News, is then like left-wing journalists making more puff pieces, taking more photo shoots of Hassan in his mansion, and all these outlets calling him like a terrorist and a communist just makes him sound way more important and like.
Here's the funny thing. Let them. This is where this could get really fucking funny. Because bearing in mind, there is undoubtedly scores of stuff that the criminal justice system could bring down on Hassan. Animal abuse. The whole thing with Cuba that he's still currently under investigation for. Treason. The DOJ absolutely could bring treason charges against him for when he gave aid and comfort to a Houthi terrorist by giving him a platform and cheering him on. There are multiple things that the DOJ could probably bring up on him. So let Fox talk about him. Let the left do puff pieces on him, build him up, have more and more of the Dems basically like behind, like saying, oh, Hassan's great, he's giving a great message. Let more of the communists like use him as their poster boy. And then have the DOJ drop a hammer on him and say, yeah, he's basically a traitor to the country. He's being charged with treason charges. He's essentially like collaborated with foreign adversaries of the United States specifically to try and let foreign adversaries of the United States gain a foothold and try and take control of the country. And then look at the Democrats go, that your boy? And just watch them scramble like fucking roaches.
Way cooler than he actually is. Nothing hurts this dude more than reminding him that he is literally just a Twitch streamer. I don't want the focus of American politics to center around a f***ing Twitch streamer. Like, I don't understand the media's obsession with this guy, but at the same time, I don't think Hasan is the best wagon to hitch yourself to if you're the Democratic Party. There are other internet celebrities on the left you could do that with. Like, God, the left really has nobody. No, he's a sex pest. No, she's a sex pest. Damn it. I don't know. There's gotta be someone with way less baggage than Hasan Piker. Like, why don't you hitch your...
I mean, Hasan Piker is also a sex pest. Let's, like, well, the examples she was just giving was like, no, he's a sex pest. No, she's a sex pest. Like, Hasan is a sex pest. He is. He was, like, his entire history is littered with that shit. He fucked his way through school that mommy and daddy paid for. Like, when he was in the frat, he got kicked out of his frat because he was being because he was literally being a sex pest. They kicked him out of his fraternity. He did the brothel in Germany. He went to the fucking Diddy party and was like crowing about it. Hasan is literally a sex pest. And this is who the communists have hitched their wagon to for publicity. Wonder what skeletons are in their closet.
Wagon to someone like that, instead of Hasan, who, every time he's rightfully criticized, hides behind how he just wants to give us health care.
Death to the West! Let the streets run with their capitalist blood!
Whoa, dude, you're making us look bad.
Oh, I'm just a little healthcare boy! You wouldn't criticize a little healthcare boy now, would you?
I don't care.
You said amazing! Oh my god, that was fucking amazing! And she even got the choking Kaya in there. Although, Sue, I do have to correct you. The one that he physically manhandled was his previous dog, Fish.
1.5 update launching next week with new features.
Fish was the one that he physically manhandled. Kaya's the one that he learned from that. Now he knows you just shock the dog. You don't physically manhandle the dog. It's a fractionally easier to try and cover your tracks that way.
Anymore. I wash my hands of this. There's gonna be like 25 videos uploaded after this, like shoe on head bends Hasan over and like, great, can't wait. Remember that big study we
No, I'm still inclined to shoe finishes on Hasan. I'm still very much inclined to that one.
Talked about that was done after the Democrats lost the election that showed the most popular Democrat positions were things related to economic issues, and the least popular policies were things like abolishing the police.
Okay, something I should point out. The most popular things was not economic issues. It's free shit. That needs to be made very abundantly clear. Number one, protecting Social Security and Medicare. Free shit. Lowering everyday costs. Free shit. Making healthcare more affordable. Free shit. That's what the Democrats are prioritizing. They're prioritizing, quote unquote, free shit, yet they have no fucking clue how they're going to pay for any of this free shit. Kamdami is the perfect example. We're going to do government-run grocery stores. We're going to do free childcare. We're going to do free buses. That never happened, by the way. It never can happen. Like, that's, like, this is the platform that the Democratic Party is running on is we're the Democrats. We're going to give you free shit. Yet, they never say where the money's coming from. And their dumbass voters never ask, hey, where's the money coming to give all of us... excuse me, this free shit? That question never gets asked. Why? Because the Democrats themselves know they don't have an answer, and the voters know they don't have an answer, but they want to still just live that dream of, I'm going to get free shit. That's literally the platform that the party is running on now. Vote for us. We're going to give you free shit. Don't ask how we're going to pay for it.
Economic issues, and the least popular policies were things like abolishing the police, abolishing prisons, and like open border policies. People don't want to abolish the police. They do not want to abolish prisons. They don't want to talk about whiteness or whatever the talk to actual workers about them. Like, talk to actual blue-collar workers. They hate this shit, and they hate you. They hate you.
And yeah, you're right. Their answer is, oh, the rich will pay for it. The rich will fuck right off. The moment if the communists get into power and they say, oh, we're just going to tax the rich are going to go fuckity bye, and they will fuck off out of the country even. They will go over to a foreign nation that will be more than happy to accept them and their hundreds of millions or billions of dollars and let them set up shop there. No problem. And the U.S. will lose all of its top wealthy individuals that were, effectively speaking, funding the country in terms of taxes and jobs already. Yeah, New York is NYC is the perfect example. Kamdami is trying to basically projecting raising taxes on rich people even more, and the rich have gone, bye, and they have fucked off down to Florida. You do that with the country at large, the country at large will lose all of its rich peoples, and they will fuck right off. Guarantee.
Because you suck, but they also hate you because you hate them. Like I said 500 billion times before, more people would be on board with what the left was saying, or at least like sit down and listen to you, if you dropped the gay race Marxist bullshit. How do I know this? The DSA and the left and the Democrats, they have to distance themselves from the goofy, destructive, identity-politic, asocial bullshit. And in order to do that, you actually have to mean it, not just laugh it off. But I don't think they can, because this stuff is just so deeply ingrained in socially progressive politics. A lot of this stuff isn't woke one. It's just part of dismantling.
My aunt in New York City has said, he is not getting paid, and the money he gets paid is being used for it, and that scared me how brainwashed he was. I won't say her career because I'm not stupid, but am dumb. He is not getting paid, and the money gets paid is being used for it. What is it? Like the supposed I know. He's not getting paid. Talking about Kamdami? Kamdami's not getting paid? Bullshit. He's getting paid. 100%. He's getting rich. He's getting rich off all this bullshit.
Whiteness and the patriarchy, destroying hierarchies, subverting norms, or whatever the
Mamdani is not being paid and he's using money for the programs. Bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah, only according, yeah, so like that's probably been the line that is being fed to people that will happily gobble it up. It's a fucking lie. It is. Kamdami is 100% getting paid. He's probably got God knows how much other shit on the side that he's getting kickbacks from to enrich himself. He's absolutely getting paid because he's a scammer. That's how scammers work. That's how grifters work. They say, I'm not making anything from this. Don't you worry. And in the meantime, he's getting kickbacks from all sorts of other shit and is making millions off of it.
That cancel Thanksgiving tweet wasn't just some like silly haha woke one bullshit. But you know, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is what I've been asking for a decade. Maybe this is a new era for the Democrats. Could AOC actually have changed her mind? Yes, nope. It's totally possible. Yes.
No. No, it's not. She is no. Sorry, Shu, I have to disagree with you. No, she hasn't changed her mind. She's proven that she has not changed her mind. She has gone headlong into socialism. She has. She is all in on the Socialist Party. So no, she has not changed her mind. She's gotten worse, and she's shown it.
AOC and I are like the same age. She's like a year older than me. She's still pretty young. 35 is young, right? It's not impossible that in her time being a politician, her mind has changed on a few things, but it lines up suspiciously well with a run for president in 2028. So forgive me if I'm a little bit skeptical. I see a lot of Republicans online like, do it, AOC, run for president. Don't get too cocky. You may be surprised. The American people are an enigma, and we might see
No, the American people are stupid. She was being nice. I am not nice. The American public is stupid. The average American voter, sorry, is a dumbass. And as long as the average American voter is being told, we'll give you free shit. We're the good-uns. We're gonna give you free shit. We're all about for the people. And they will gobble that shit up. Why? Because a shocking amount of people in the country are low intellect and uneducated. And so you just feed them what they want to hear, and you tell these people, you are wonderful. We love you so much. We promise we're going to take care of you. We're all about you. They will eat it the fuck up and vote for whatever you tell them to vote for. And then when you go back on their word, and then when they go back on their word, and people go, hey, wait a minute, you told me that you were going to do this. They're going to come back with, well, no, we didn't. We never said that. What makes you think we're doing? We know what's best for you. This is what's best for you. Trust us. You voted us in. You have to trust us to know what we know what's best for you. And unfortunately, because the average American voter is a fucking dumbass, they'll go, okay.
A pretty big pendulum swing. As hard as it is for some hyper-partisan brained people to hear, not everyone voting for these DSA candidates are like crazy commies or something. Just like not everyone who voted for MAGA in 2016 when Trump promised to bring jobs back and he will remember the forgotten man and whatever. Those people weren't Nazis. When people can't afford a house, a car to get married, to have kids, you cannot be shocked when they start looking for options outside of the establishment. Huey Long, one of my favorite politicians, believed that if people had their needs met and were content and happy and had jobs and could feed their families, communism or fascism would never come to America because people would have no reason to revolt or want those things. They would be happy with what they had. He believed that extreme economic inequality created political instability. And as the economy continues to go to shit and wages don't increase and retards like Dan Crenshaw respond to these issues.
Hang on, let me read this. But before I do, Destenia, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. We're on the tail end of a shoe video here. Welcome in. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Let's see. Dan Crunch said, just hearing about this dumb $20 burrito debate, so just thought I'd make the losers on social media angry before going to bed. Stop whining, get a job, eat ramen like the rest of us did in college. On a budget with 4 roommates. The market doesn't care what you think something should cost. Only communists care. They set prices. Remember, then everyone starves. Remember, are you a communist or are you an American adult male capable of handling his own shit? In the community note, criticize the Biden administration for telling Americans to change habits to lower their grocery bills. Okay, and thank you, Gramps. So it is also has a history of insider trading while in Congress allegedly. Okay, it's. He is kind of right there. Like, bitching about a $20 burrito, okay. You want to complain about the cost of food? Look at what results look at the events. Like, I mean, to a degree, like, he is something, Disper was like, oh, stop whining, get a job, eat ramen, blah, blah, blah. That is just like, that's just being an asshole. If a burrito costs $20, maybe ask, okay, what caused the burrito to cost $20? What are the costs behind the $20 burrito that have resulted in the burrito being $20? Where, why have the costs of the ingredients gone up? Why have the costs of creating these ingredients gone up, which resulted in the cost of the ingredients going up, which resulted in the cost of the burrito going up? Like, look at what is happening on the back end of it. You'll be able to determine, okay, where is the fault? Where is the flaw in the chain of events leading up to the $20 burrito? Then you can start looking at, okay, how do we address these back end problems that are resulting in the $20 burrito?
With basically let them eat ramen, we are going to see people moving to all different directions on the political spectrum. Personally, until there's a Democratic Party that isn't prisoner to identity politics or isn't completely cucked by race grievance.
The $20 burrito included the DoorDash fees. Okay. Are you saying that as a joke, or in the argument in question of the quote-unquote $20 burrito? Is that a legitimate factor in that specific argument referencing the $20 burrito? Because if it was DoorDash, well, yes, then there's your fucking answer. A burrito is $20 because you're fucking DoorDashing it, if that is indeed the case. That is a whole different laziness conversation that can be had another time.
I'm not a Democrat. And until there's a Republican Party that actually cares about workers and isn't completely cucked to a certain foreign country, I'm not a Republican. I'm trying to look like Hassan. I look like a f***ing femboy. Wait, hold on.
Hi, my name is
I mean, hang on.
I'm trying to look like Hassan. I look like a f***ing femboy.
Who's to say that Hassan doesn't actually want to be a femboy? Wait. Oh God. Oh. Whatever gods above us or whatever universal force controls reality, I'm begging you right now, please let Hassan suddenly enter his femboy arc. Please. Please let him suddenly go femboy.
Wait, hold on.
Hi, my name is Sock.
I look like I would be groomed on Discord. What the actual—
Now Shu has a
Alright, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. In conclusion, I do not like seeing politicians run from accountability. I like transparency. If you change your mind on something, tell me why. This woke 1, woke 2 is a headache. I am done with it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's a chance AOC is being genuine? Are you willing to believe politicians who have said they've changed their mind on things? Have you changed your mind on things since like 2020? If so, what? If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, please consider donating to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get every single video a day early with no censors, no bleeps, totally raw. Also, I'm doing Patreon only live streams now. I'm planning the next one very soon, so I would love to see you guys there. And for everybody else, I will see you guys soon with a new video.
Her next video is going to be explosive. She was, hang on, she's gonna have an after credits thing here. Hang on, I'll let that play out.
I'm not here to educate you.
Yes! What did I say? They are the literal emo Democrats! Thank you, Shu, for hearing me in the past when I said it in the future. Thank you.
Burns bright, bright.